Well, it is time to mount the fans back up. Gonna call these my miracle fans. I'm amazed at how well they worked, and I'm amazed that they're still alive after what we did. So, very minor damage. Gonna go ahead and get the radiator undone and pulled forward, and we're gonna just remount it with, well, regular zip ties. Gonna stick the zip tie through there to hold against that mount, with a washer on the back side, with another zip tie up flat against the washer like that to hold that zip tie. So yeah, we are able to make this work, because we did find two of the mounts still sitting in the frame rail. We only found one yesterday, but poking around last night some more, we ended up finding another. So we've got 4 there, and we've got 4 off of the extra radiator I ordered, or radiator fan that I ordered, because I originally ordered the 16-inch and a 12-inch, but when I realized I could fit the 16-inch on this side as well, I immediately ordered a second 16-inch. So luckily I still have more mounts, so we're gonna go steal them from that fan so that we can hopefully get these mounted up. Hopefully in a fashion where they're not going to fall off this time, because that's quite the surprise. I was not expecting that at all. So let's hopefully have better odds with just normal zip ties, because you just can't go wrong with normal zip ties. So see what happens. Are all back in, and I will say a lot more secure than the straps that they supplied. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Gonna at least turn them on, make sure they're still working. They were yesterday, so I'm pretty sure they will today, but you always gotta just make sure, just because you can, and then you don't gotta worry about it later. Heck yeah. Very nice. Good old fanage back. Oh man, that's just crazy. So yeah, see how long version 2 lasts. Good. Hopefully longer than one trip.
3 days later.
Well, got the old square body fired up this morning. Got the trailer hooked to it. We're not going to pick up a vehicle to buy, we're going to pick up a vehicle to fix for a friend. It's a 90s Subaru Impreza wagon, so we're gonna go pick that up. He thinks it needs a timing belt because it broke, and he thinks the motor's not bad, so I don't believe him, but we're gonna go pick it up and help him out and see what comes of it. So let's get on the road. Subaru loaded up. All right, Diesel. Time to hit the road, buddy boy. We got us another tear down the trailer. Let's hit the road. Coming up for the old girl. This will be interesting. I've never pulled anything up a hill with this truck, so I told you don't pull the intercooler boot like last time. It's a lot lighter than a Volvo, so I think we got her, but she's gonna be screaming. Oh yeah. Lane is rough. Oh yeah. Well, we didn't blow an intercooler boot this time, Diesel. Yeehaw! The biggest hill, so ooh, nice old car. I don't know if you've seen those, but nice 50s vehicles over there. To pull over just because I want to check my fans before we get too far, but there's the car. Didn't really show it at my buddy's house just because privacy reasons. I don't want to show people's places off all the time, but yeah, little Impreza wagon 2.2, basically identical to the one we just got Brandon, so good little unit, but pretty sure it's gonna have a bad motor. Oh, look at the Diesel dog. He's enjoying his ride today. Hey, they're still attached. Very cool. Glad to see that, and they're still working nicely. Not that, I don't know if you can even hear me talking, but cool. Fans are working minty. God, what a wonderful old truck. Just doing her job nicely, earning her keep, I will say. All right, Diesel, let's get on the road, buddy boy. we made her home. This old truck just really tickles me, I will say. I love how good it does what I built it to do, so oh, very cool. So we'll get this thing unloaded here in a little bit and get her up in the driveway, and we'll start doing a diagnosis. But how nice is it to be able to just let the truck sit here and run? Fans are going, don't really got to worry about overheating. Wonderful.
3 hours later.
Alright, well, made the decision that before I even take the time to unload this from the trailer, I'm going to check the timing belt on it. That way I can just get an overall decision of what's going on with it. So, conclusion of what happened here is vehicle died while driving. He said he ran codes, and I think he said it was a cam sensor code, and I believe he said he replaced the cam sensor. It doesn't, well, maybe. It's possibly newer. It's right down right there. Hard to tell by the plug, but the sensor is actually pretty clean looking. I think he said he replaced that. Still won't do anything. Oh, found a ratchet. And there's a 10 mil in the driver's seat, but we'll make sure he gets those back. Anyway, sidetracked. But I'm gonna pop the belt cover off here and see if anything's going on there, because I have a suspicion that he possibly blew the belt on it if it died while driving. These things are pretty resilient. They don't just die. I mean, I drove mine 2.5, let alone, but drove my 2.5 until that thing was, it had no compression in one cylinder and still drove just great. So I see no reason of why this would have died while driving unless the belt snaps. So I'm gonna pop that cover off and show you what I find.
10 seconds later.
Well, 100% as expected. We got no belt on our timing gear, so there's sadly a good chance that this engine's going to be bad. So I might throw a belt on it just to find out, just to try and turn it over, see if anything hits. But yeah, there's a good chance that this one's done. So I'll be giving some updates as we figure out what we're doing with it. So I gotta talk to my friend about it and overall see what he wants to do with the car.
10 seconds later.
Okay, well, waited a couple hours for the sun to go behind the trees here so that the temperature's a lot cooler. So we're gonna start popping this thing apart and find out if this is truly a non-interference motor. My buddy's been messaging me telling me that this is going to be a non-interference engine, and I don't know. I've never ran into a lot of Subaru engines that are non-interference, so let alone any. Ugh. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. He claims because it says EJ22E that it's going to be a non-interference. Like I said, all we can do is try. I have an extra belt, so I'm going to give this a shot here. belt out of there. Definitely nice and snapped. For a little belt knowledge, this belt has less cracking than the one on Brandon's Outback that we went and got, so that's a good reason of why I wanted to swap the belt on it, but we weren't able to on his. So yeah, this one has less cracking and it's snapped. Can't find a tensioner that's seized up or anything real reason of why. The water pump turns maybe a little hard, but everything else is pretty smooth, and even so I wouldn't really worry about the water pump. So I'm going to do a little test though. I'm going to rotate one of the cams over and try and rotate this engine over because I want to see if it's interference. And if we open some valves and try and rotate it over, we're going to find out really quickly if it's interference. So set my phone back up here, roll Jackie a little closer, and we'll figure this out. Put our pulley bolt back in. So all the valves are closed. Even if there's a bent valve, the valves are sucked closed right now just because of the belt being broken. So that would still allow it to turn over. I've seen plenty of them still turn over, no problem with broken belts. So let's go ahead and rotate this guy over. Find a good position to get some. Ouch! Yeah, that'll do it. A little too far. So that should be somewhat open right now. Well, we might actually be lucky. We're not hitting anything. Let's see what this side does. So that's right on of the valve. Pressure stroke kicked it over, obviously. Ow! That really hurt. Obviously, I don't even know where the piston's at, but see if we can hold it there and how much damage that'll do. Ooh. Ow! Holy crapper. Well, that hurt. I don't know. Let's just throw a belt on it. I don't feel like abusing my fingers anymore. Diesel doesn't like it either. He's kind of scared, so. Okay. Before I break a finger, let's just throw the belt on it and go from there. Well, in the process of getting the belt put on, and the belt that I thought would be the same is actually not the same. I did notice that my 2-liter has different heads, or my 2.2 up in the shed has different heads than both this one and Brandon's car. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a Frankenstein engine. Not sure yet. I need to dig into that one. But either way, the belt that I had off of that one is too long. So I think I'm going to go up in the shed there and I'm going to steal the belt off my 1.8 because those should be the same as a 2.2 and give that one a shot on here and let's see what this thing does. So I will be right back with another belt. Well, this one classifies as my definition of a really bad belt. But, oh well, it'll be good enough to get a test on this one if it is the same. So, according to the internet, a 1.8 and a 2.2 share the same belt, and well, it's down yonder now. So we're gonna get to try and install it on here. So round 2. Let's hope for better results. Got the belt on her, so time to turn it over and see what actually happens. If it turns over, well, we're gonna hook a battery charger to her and fire it up and see what it does. So, I don't know. I'm quite curious myself right now. Well, maybe 2.2s are non-interference. Maybe I learned something today that I just didn't know. So, all right, well, I'm gonna throw an intake back on it, get the battery charger on this thing, and be right back to see if it actually lives. So, be pretty cool.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, charger's on high boost. Let's see what happens with this turd. Well, we'll just let it charge for a little bit. It still gives me the skeptical feeling of I don't know what's going to happen with it. So is that cranking over because bad battery, low voltage even on high boost? I don't know. Let's let her charge for a bit and we'll be right back. So
10 seconds later.
all right, well, played with the terminals a little bit just because. Anger. Okay, well, we'll let her charge for a bit. All right, well, been letting her charge a little while, so kicked her back on full boost. Let's just see what happens now. Hope for the best. Well, surprisingly, wow. I guess I am proven wrong here. This one is non-interference. Cool. Well, right on. Just got to order up a timing belt kit and this thing will be ready to rock and roll again. Sick. Ugh. Gotta say, I'm quite surprised myself here. Turn our charger off. Not too shabby. Like I said, we'll get a timing belt and most likely a water pump kit ordered up and we'll get this thing back on the road and back off to my buddy.